Hello everybody, today we're going to be talking about PCI requirement A1.1.1. This is the part of the appendix, and this really is geared towards multi-tenant service providers. Now, A1.1.1 talks about logical separation for the multi-tenants in yours for the service providers. So let's kind of break this down. It's on two sides. So the first side is the provider cannot access a customer's environment without authorization. So this is making sure that the provider can't jump into a customer's environment whenever they want, but there must be authorization there. And then the second part of this is that customers cannot access a provider's environment without authorization or any other customer environments. So when we talk about this, there's a couple key pieces that we kind of need to break down. So the first is there needs to be documentation about how this is done and what segmentation is in place to make sure that the provider can't access a customer's environment without authorization, and that these customers can't go into the provider environment or any other environment for their accounts. So when a provider accesses any customer's account or their tenant or whatever the case may be, the provider needs to make sure that they're authorizing it and they're accessing it based on requirements in 823. 823 talks about making sure that there's individual credentials for each of the customer accounts. So we need to make sure that we're looking at the entire package when we're talking about logical separation. There needs to be the logical separation. And as auditors, we're going to be looking in at the network level. We're going to be looking at the logical access level. We're going to be looking at that separation there. And then we need to make sure that the authorization is happening and that the provider is also, if they are accessing a customer's account, that they're accessing it in accordance with 823 with those individualized credentials and the authorization.